Sometimes the life of a project manager seems like nothing more than an endless trudge from one meeting to the next. And it doesn't help that sometimes you're responsible for some or all of them. We've all seen the endless lists of tips for a good meeting, and I produced videos on the subject myself. Tips like invite the right people, set an agenda in advance, start on time, make sure everyone is able to contribute, park items that aren't relevant to the agenda and tackle them at another time, summarize and conclude as you go, write up actions on a board, and don't forget to follow up. And blah, blah, blah. Been there, done that. You should know all of that. If not, check out my videos. All these tips assume that your meeting follows a pretty standard pattern. But how often do you sit down in a quiet place, plenty of time, and think through how to design your project meetings from scratch? What? Design project meetings? Nonsense. But think of this. If I asked you, as part of your project, to facilitate an important 2-day workshop, then you'd spend anything from 2 to 10 days figuring out how to make that workshop a success. You would actively design that workshop to achieve the objectives you need. And that's right, isn't it? Because the workshop is important. You've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 50 people in a room giving their time, and you need to produce results. Of course you'd design it. But a project meeting, that's just an hour a week, an hour a month maybe. You don't need to design that. You know how to run a project meeting, don't you? But how long is your project? A month? 3 months? 6 months? A year? 2 years? 2 years. That's 24 monthly meetings. That's 24 hours. That's 3 times the length of an 8-hour workshop. Let's take a typical project. When I used to run projects, a typical project might be 1, 2, 3 years. So let's take 18 months. That's a reasonable average, and I'm going to assume I have a small team of 6 people, and we're only going to meet monthly. But if each meeting lasts for only an hour, that's over 100 hours of staff time. And that's about the same as those 6 people attending a 2-day workshop. So, do you get it? Why aren't you spending a couple of days over the course of your project designing, reviewing, and refreshing your project meetings? They need to produce results, and you've got people tied up in those meetings. If they're not producing results, they're wasting their time and yours and the client's. Please do give a thumbs up if you've liked this video, or if you've recognised that you've got work to do. I'll be producing loads more great project management content, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of them. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.